In this video, we'll be covering the double Koyanskaya system, aka the Buster Looping system, going over each tier of Buster Loopers, describing their perks, requirements, and the most notable units for each tier. The tiers will be determined by their perks and support requirements to consistently NP loop, not by their NP damage. I'll also be including the link to the Buster Looping tier list document in the description below, which will be updated as more Buster Looping compatible servants are released. If you haven't already, feel free to like the video and subscribe for future content from me. With that, let's get started. For our S-tier servants, these units will be required to be capable of 3-turn looping without any CE requirements, meaning these units will be the most AP efficient comps when it comes to lotto farming, bond farming, or any EXP farming, as all 6 servant slots will be allowed to have any CE equipped. In order to accommodate this benefit, we will be allowing an additional plug-suited support, should it enable a full 6 CE comp for Buster Looping. Servants in the S-tier Buster Loopers must be capable of generating a minimum of 130% NP charge over 3 turns, be it from skills, NP overcharge abilities, or NP refund, from an alternating arts to Buster NP. Servants in this tier, as of the recording of this video, include Kuhuling Caster, Emiya, Melazine, and Spacious Tar. However, for both Emiya and Spacious Tar, they have very specific scenarios they require in order to qualify for S tier. For example, Spacious Tar, in order to farm in a 6 CE comp, requires a minimum of 3 enemies on the first wave, using her Arts NP to gain enough refund before switching to her NP to her Buster one, to reap more benefits from Koyanskaya's buffs, to clear higher HP enemy waves, and without having to worry about NP refund from varying numbers of enemies in the following waves. The only support among the S-tier Buster Loopers who doesn't require a plug-suited support, as of the date of this video, is Kuhuling Caster. As a 3-star Storylock servant, he isn't too difficult to obtain from class summoning banners, but if you want to wait for a solo rate-up for this 3-star unit, he will be getting a banner during the Avalon Le Fay release campaign, around June of 2023. Keep in mind, you are also given a free copy of him at NP1 after completing the first Singularity, Fuyuki. Going into the A tier, servants in the A tier should only require a single MLB KScope, or non-MLB KScope if paired with a 20% NP gauge append skill. Servants in the A tier will also be required to be capable of Buster Looping with the freedom to use any Mystic Code, be it for leveling, damage reducing purposes, or just being lore accurate. Servants in the A tier of Buster Loopers must be capable of generating 50% NP charge on turn 2 and turn 3 without using a Mystic Code. As of the recording of this video, the only servant known to match these requirements is none other than Artoria Pendragon. With a 30% NP battery on a 5-turn cooldown, in conjunction with her NP's overcharge ability, granting 20% NP refund, Artoria Pendragon is currently the only servant within the double Koyanskaya system who qualifies for the A tier list of Buster Loopers. If you're looking for a chance to get her, you're in luck. As a permanent 5-star servant, Artoria will be summonable with the free SSR ticket that we will be getting during the 20 million downloads campaign around late April of 2022, and with another SSR ticket during the 6th anniversary campaign around July of 2023. You'll also have a chance to summon her during the Valentine's 2022 and Valentine's 2023 events. However, Artoria will be sharing her rate up during these events with another 5-star servant, meaning your chances will be lower than your usual solo rate up banner. For the B tier, servants in the B tier will also require an MLB KScope or non-MLB KScope with the same 20% NP gauge append skill. They will also require a specific Mystic Code to be used, limiting which Mystic Codes you can level. However, servants in this tier will be able to Buster Loop without requiring a plug-suited support. Although, if you don't have a single KScope, servants in the B tier can also substitute a KScope for a 50% NP charge CE, provided you're willing to use a plug-suited NP charging support, such as a Reines or Oberon. Servants in the B tier will be required to have a total of 50% NP battery on a 7 or shorter turn cooldown. There are exceptions to this, such as Oberon, who has an 80% battery on an 8-turn cooldown, and Mordred, who has a 30% NP battery on a 6-turn cooldown, with a 20% NP refund from her overcharge ability. As of the date of this video, the current B tier Buster Looping servants include Abigail Summer, Artoria Lancer, Artoria Ruler, Oberon, BB Summer, Arash Francis Drake, Ibuki Doji, Ishtar, Mordred, Morgan, Caster, Oberon, and Tesla. One of the most notable units in this tier is Morgan. With the defense down along with a 3-turn attack up skill that can stack on itself with the double Koyanskaya system, Morgan as a Berserker presents as one of the most notable units within the B tier. Morgan will be summonable during the Avalon Le Fay campaign on 2 separate banners, the first banner releasing around June of 2023 and the second banner releasing around August of 2023. Now, for the C-tier Buster Loopers, the servants in the C-tier will be requiring your usual MLB KScope or non-MLB KScope with 20% NP gauge append skill, along with a plug-suited NP battery support unit. This tier will be limiting the amount of units you can bond farm with, as well as potentially eat into your party's total cost, limiting what CEs you can use. However, this tier does include more low-rarity units, such as 1-star, 3-star, and 4-star servants, so servants from this tier are more accessible. Servants in the C tier are only required to have a minimum 30% NP battery, regardless of the cooldown. The exceptions to this include servants like Consort EU, who has a 27% NP battery and a separate 10% NP charge per turn skill. Currently, the C tier Buster Looping servants as of today include Amakusa Shiro, Artoria Alter, Arjuna Alter, Christopher Columbus, Consort EU, Europa, Gilgamesh, King Protea, Koyanskaya, Napoleon, Okita Alter, Romulus Quirinus, Semiramis, and Spartacus. Currently, the most notable unit from the C tier is none other than Arjuna Alter himself, with a skill that can provide up to 160% damage buff when stacked from Koyanskaya's cooldown skills. Arjuna Alter makes her one of the hardest hitting servants in this tier. However, his only solo raid-up to ever appear in FGO already occurred in June of 2021, with players' only hopes of obtaining him being through future New Year's and Anniversary Lucky Bag summonings. If you don't have Arjuna Alter, the King of Heroes, Gilgamesh, still remains as one of the most powerful servants to date, with his AoE MP still doing near single target damage when all support buffs are activated, even when against classes advantage against certain enemies. Gilgamesh, as of the day this video releases, is currently on raid up during the Gilfest lottery event. If you happen to miss him, he will also have a raid up during the 2022 New Year's banner around early January of 2022, as well as another raid up during the 20 million downloads campaign around late April of 2022. Now, for the absolute most giga chat of tiers, we have none other than the Arash Tier. First off, a special thanks to Han Havos from my Discord for discovering this giga chat of a comp. Now, for servants in the Arash Tier, they will be requiring the following: a level 1 Chen Gong, a level 1 Koyanskaya with her first skill max to level 10, a separate fully ascended Koyanskaya, Oberon, the Anniversary Blonde Mystic Code, a Max Limit Broken Princess of the White Rose CE, obtainable from the Rare Prism shop, a Max Limit Broken 500-year Obsession CE, a non-Max Limit Broken Black Grail or Awakened Will CE, and a Max Limit Broken K-Scope, or non-Max Limit Broken K-Scope if you have Chen Gong's 20% NP gauge append skill leveled. Servants in the Arash tier will be required to have a minimum 30% NP battery on a 6-turn cooldown, and have an NP that literally kills themselves. For more information on the composition and turn order of the skills being used, feel free to check out the Buster Looping tier list linked in the description below. If you like what you saw here, feel free to subscribe. And if you want to see me live, I'll be over on twitch.tv/PocketShock. Hope you discovered something new here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Laters!